Hey everybody, I'm going to try and do a go over next week 2 homework. I know some people have some problems with this, and sometimes I'll send it back to you and show you do it. But I thought I'll try a video here to see if I can help you with one of the problems in week 2. And so we're going to do I'm going to do problem 19 there. That's going to be the Excel sheet that comes up here. Yes, Solvner Healthcare. All right, so there's the spreadsheet. And so when you get into the text, all right, so when you can use the feature, but anyway, so this is 19.6. Most of these exercises have most of the data in here somewhere. So, um, this gives you a brief summary, and then you got estimated cost, variable cost per unit, and then on the bottom it gives you a little more info. So in this case, there's like 20,000 units to be sold at $100 each. So that's part of the information. So here on the so here I got like the cheat sheet here, but anyway, so the sales, how do you come up with those sales? Okay, so those sales are coming from down here. You got 20,000 units at 100 each. That's how you come up with the where'd it go? Yeah, so that's how you come up with that figure there, that 2 million. All right. And then the next thing you got is direct materials, direct labor, factory overhead. So you come up with those with a factory. Okay, so yeah, hold on, let me go back here so I don't get you too confused. So you got, this 18, right? Direct materials 18 times the 20,000, right? So we do our calculator, right? That gives us the 360 if you do the calculator. So that's where you got that 360. Same thing with the labor. You got your labor at 12 times the 20,000, and that gives you the 240. And again, right there, you got the 240. So that's how, and this column here is your variable expenses and your estimated fixed cost. All right. Factory overhead. So to get that, where are we at? All right. So you're going to do your 20,000. Hold on. Oops. Where'd it go? All right. Your factory overhead. And I lost my number. But anyway, you got the 9 times the 20,000. Right? So I got 9 times the 20. That gives us 180. Right? You add that to the 318. I'm sorry, you don't add that to 318. You subtract that. I'm sorry, you take the 9 times your 20 9 times your 20,000 units, and that gives you 180. And then you add your direct materials, your direct labor, and that gives you that 498. All right, so that's where you get that 498. Then you add those together. You come up with cost of goods sold, and you subtract that 1098 from the 2 million. That gives you 902. So that's your gross profit. As you move down here, your selling expenses. Okay, so this is also here. As you move down, okay, we got the 65.5. We got the 4 that's in the variable. So what we're doing is we're going to do the 4 times the 20,000, right? You do 4 times the 20, and that gives you the 80, all right? And then I got this a little bit over here too, okay? So you got that gives you 80,000. Plus you add that 65.5, and that gives you the 145. So here you got the 80, you add the 65.5, and that gives you the 145. All right. Same thing for advertising. Okay, I got this little sheet here. You got 20,000 units at 4. So every one of these, right, you're using this variable cost number over here. All right. So depending on what you're doing. And so the advertising, that's given to you, and this travel is given to you. So those are already given to you. So you just plug those in, advertising, travel. The miscellaneous selling expense, all right. You got 2 numbers here you're going to do again. So miscellaneous, you're going to do the sales plus the average, and add those up. and that gives you that 248. So when you add these up, it's going to give you the 248. So I hope I'm not confusing you when I say that. So all right, then you jump down here to office salaries. All right, so like this is given to you here, the 65. The supplies, here again you got this number, 1.5 times 20. Okay, 1.5 times 20 equals 30, plus the 8,000. The 8,000, there's that 8,000. So 1.5 times 20 equals 30, plus the 8 gives you the 38. And that's where we get that 38 from. Miscellaneous advertising. Okay, let's go to miscellaneous advertising. Again, we got the 2. So the 2 times the 20,000 units that we're selling. Okay. 2 times the 20,000 right here equals 40, plus the 10.5. They give us that 10.5 right there. And that gives us 50, oops. That gives us the 153.5 down there, right there. All right. So total expenses, add those together. The 248, the 153, that gives you the 402. Subtract from the 902 up here, that gives you the 500. Now, when we scoot back down here, all these numbers are given now. So we have all these numbers. We have the original 2 million, and then this is the formula. Okay. Here's the $50. Okay, your total variable. There's that 50 for that formula. All right. So that's where that 50 comes from. So this is how to, when you use the calculator, this is how it all comes out. So that's 50%. All right, so you got the 2 minus the 20,000 times 50, and that's how it all calculates out. So when you start playing, and sometimes I have to play around with a calculator, but that's how you can calculate it. Move down to the next one here. So here's the formula again, the fixed cost divided by the contribution. All right, so your fixed cost, you got the 500,000. You got the 100, unit cost is 100 minus the 50, because we're doing half, right? That equals 10,000 units, all right? So that's pretty much how many units you have to sell, break even. Okay, sales dollars, okay, you got your fixed cost. So here's the formula. So again, you have the 500,000, you got the 500,000 divided by the 50, it gives you 1 million. So remember when we started out, we have the, way up here, we got the 2 million, that's what we started out with. And so they did, this is kind of simplified to make it easy to calculate, but so 50%, half of that is 1 million. So that's what we end up with down here, is the 1 million. And there's the formula again. 10,000 units times the 100 would be 1 million. So I hope I didn't confuse you. I may have, but if you got any problems, let me know. And that should do it. So just wanted to do this just to let, just in case, I know some of you are having problems with it. So, if you got any problems, you can probably freeze the video here and look at these little I kind of typed out each of these formulas here to kind of help along there. So if that helps. All right, so I'll let you go. And if you need anything, get in touch. Take care. Bye.